Hi. Some of you might heard on the news that some people died from consuming fake alcoholic drinks. I decided to do some research about this, and I discovered some shocking truths. Each year, 10,000 people die from consuming fake alcoholic drinks. This is not the shocking truth. The shocking truth is, every year, 3 million people die from consuming real alcoholic drinks. 3 million people per year? The good stuff kill more people than the bad stuff? It is even more dangerous than combination of COVID-19 and illegal drugs. Why no one even talks about this? Well, as Ricky always says, that when something doesn't make sense, just follow the money trail. Yeah, it's about money. When someone dies from consuming fake alcoholic drinks, it's some sort of free advertisement for the big companies who produce the alcoholic drinks. They say, if these guys used our product, they wouldn't be dead right now. They would be alive. But they don't tell you that their product killed 3 million people per year and the fake one killed 10,000 people per year. Like 300 times more dangerous. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to spot a fake alcoholic drink. Okay, let's save the 3 million people. Before you would be able to spot a fake or polluted alcoholic drinks, you need to know what alcohol is. Alcohol is an organic compound that is characterized by the presence of a hydroxyl functional group that is attached to a carbon atom. The general formula for the alcohols is ROH. R stands for carbon ring and OH is the functional hydroxyl group or hydroxyl functional group. There are different types of alcohol, but in this video we're going to focus on two specific types: ethanol and methanol. Ethanol and methanol. Ethanol, or fruit alcohol, has been discovered by a Persian alchemist and medic named Zakaria Razi. The alcohol that is present in the alcoholic drinks is ethanol, and it comes from fermentation of fruits, sugar, or wheat. Razi used distillation to separate the ethanol from the wine. Methanol, or wood alcohol. Methanol has been discovered by an Irish lad named Robert Boyle. Boyle separated methanol by distillating wood. Some people think that it comes from the fermentation of wood. No, it comes from the thermal decompositing of wood. First we thermal decomposite the wood, then we use distillation to separate the methanol from the wood. Fermentation of fruits like apple or grape that has pectin or even rotted fruits produced a little bit of methanol. And as we said, the ethanol is the alcohol that presents in the alcoholic drinks. If the alcohol contains a little bit of methanol, it counts as a fake or polluted. So, why we say fake alcohol? You know, as I said, the fermentation of fruits like apple produce a little bit of methanol. And the big companies, after the fermentation, use distillation to remove the produced methanol. But the companies that produce the fake alcohol skip the distillation part, and the methanol ends up in the final product. Both ethanol and methanol are very toxic. You know, methanol can kill you instantly. However, ethanol, one drink per day can increase the chance of cancer by 7%. And it destroys your liver. It kills you slowly. Instantly, slowly. That's the difference. So, how to spot a polluted drink? If you search on internet, you realize that there are different types of methods that can detect ethanol from methanol. However, most of them are useless because they are only able to detect pure ethanol from pure methanol. That's all it can do. For example, sugar dissolves in pure ethanol, but it doesn't dissolve in pure methanol. However, most of the alcoholic drinks contain huge amount of water. And as I said, fake alcoholic drinks means alcoholic drinks that contains a little bit of methanol. So it means it contains huge amount of water and it contains ethanol too. Sugar dissolves in water anyway, no matter it has ethanol or methanol. So you cannot use sugar test to detect a polluted drink. Potato test. Again, it can only detect pure methanol from pure ethanol. That's it. The flame color test. It can only detect the pure methanol from pure ethanol. It's not even a good experiment to detect pure methanol from pure ethanol because the difference between the flame colors are really tiny. Boric acid test. It can only detect pure methanol from pure ethanol. As we said, the difference between the flame color of ethanol and methanol is so tiny. And boric acid completely changed the flame color of methanol. Again, it doesn't work because first, the drink must be flammable and only contains methanol or ethanol. If it contains both of them, it doesn't work. As you see, boric acid changed the flame color to green. It changes the methanol flame color to green. However, it doesn't change the ethanol flame color at all. Boiling temperature. You know, methanol boils at about 65 degrees Celsius. However, ethanol boils at about 78 degrees Celsius. If you add water to the compound, it changes the boiling temperature. And if you have both of them in one drink, it doesn't work too. So how to spot a fake or polluted alcoholic drink? There is one method that can actually detect a tiny amount of methanol in a drink, and which is Chromotropic acid test. It can even detect a little bit of methanol in a drink, and it is very reliable. You know, it's not a test that you'll be able to do it in home. Well, actually, you can do it in home, but it's not easy. Multiple material needed, and doing it is a little bit hard. You can search the internet for how to do the test. At the end, I hate to say this, but the best way to prevent methanol poisoning is to use the reliable brands. Yeah, I am doing advertisement for the big companies too somehow. But let me ruin it. Ethanol is toxic too. One drink per day can increase the chance of the cancer by 7%. It destroys your liver, it destroys your kidneys, brain, all of your body, literally all of your body. So both of them are toxic. Just don't drink alcoholic drinks. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and put a comment below. See you in the next video.